Building a bedroom inspired by BRAT by Charlie XCX in Bloxburg. So let's just get straight into the build while I talk to you about BRAT and maybe explain it if you do not know what it is already. BRAT is an album that was just released by Charlie XCX and it's kind of sparked like a trend. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's kind of like pop culture, self-referential, like kind of, it's basically just BRAT Summer is what it is. And based off the album cover alone, you can kind of get the vibe of it already. So like BRAT Summer, the trend is kind of going crazy at the moment, especially on like Twitter and TikTok and stuff like that, with like dances like the Apple one and other things like that. But BRAT basically, like as a style, quote unquote, is kind of very like Y2K pop culture, like I've already said. So based on the album cover and the green, it's very much neon greens, almost trashy in a way, but like kind of tasteful trashy. Think like with Bloxburg when we got the trash update with like the broken sofa, things like that, all that sort of stuff would fit perfectly here. And you will see like a lot of those items I will use as we go on. I mean, we're like a minute in and I've already used the pallets as the base of a bed, so you know what I mean. For this build, I actually did go and make a couple custom decals. I didn't check in game whether like BRAT would already be like a decal, like the album cover on its own. So I did upload my own, but it is already in the game. So if you just go on like the image search on like a painting, search up BRAT, it will come up. But as you can see right now, I kind of made a plan of like the color palettes and like different pictures I wanted to use and like some specific items before I actually went into this build. Honestly, I have no clue why I took it so seriously, but for some reason I really wanted this build to look good. So like I even made my own BRAT neon sign. I actually made two of them. I made one and then I was like, this looks a bit odd. Realised I used a slight shade of green that was different and I didn't like it. And then I realised I might as well have used the same font on the album covers because that's kind of part of the vibe. But so right now I'm basically just adding a bunch of items. Like we've got cinder blocks, we've got lamps, we've got like layered carpets. It's kind of basically trying to be tasteful but also having like a lot of items, kind of like almost like cluttercore. Do you remember when people were like obsessed with having so much mess in their like the houses and stuff? It's kind of that, but it's kind of maybe trying to be a bit more tasteful than that. Very much like the blush aesthetic homes of 2020, that kind of vibe, but like think that but green and actually like cute, if you know what I mean. But right now I'm basically just placing the items. I haven't really started colouring a lot of things yet. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm building bedrooms, I have to start with the bed, which like low-key isn't that big of a deal, but I have to place the bed and I have to do the blankets, the cushions, the back of the bed, the sideboards, all that sort of stuff, because I feel like once the bed's there, I mean, it is a bedroom, so I guess that kind of makes sense. There's literally a room for the bed, but once I have like the bed there, I can do everything else. But yeah, thank God to these Bloxburg like recent update. Well, not really recent. They're kind of like this year and the end of last year when they did that like clutter update, like having car keys and stuff like that. And like I think the slippers, all those sort of things are so good for this sort of build. And also thank God for like transform like this bed. Like I'm going back to the damn bed. I don't know why I keep talking about the bed, but like the cushions and everything. Like even right now, I'm making a custom kind of bench sort of thing. Those sort of things, I feel like I'm so happy we have had those updates because I feel like they've made building so much better. But yeah, right now I'm still just kind of building everything, kind of figuring out the placement of everything as well. Before I did start recording, I did kind of do the shape. And honestly, that was the first shape I did and it just kind of stuck, which I was very happy about because normally it would take like at least 5 attempts to get the shape of the room right. I don't know about you guys though, I'm actually really into BRAT at the moment. I don't know, it's not really the sort of music I listen to. I'm very much more like SZA, Doja Cat. I guess Doja Cat's kind of similar vibe with her like recent albums, but I'm much more kind of like vibey, chill music, and obviously BRAT is more like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's much more like in your face. It's almost like kind of like art pop Lady Gaga kind of vibe. Don't hate me, but I don't know. It is very much like the summer vibe. I feel like it's the vibe of the summer, hence BRAT Summer, I guess. But like I have actually downloaded the songs, which is so weird for me because I literally am the sort of person. My only playlist is SZA playlist. I just call it SZA, and it's got every song from both albums, the deluxe, and every feature she's been on. Like, girl, I am not one for change. Oh my God, speaking of SZA, basically, so obviously I'm from the UK, but you can clearly tell from the way I sound, but so SZA she did 2 performances here, I think, this year, and both of them she did while I was on holiday, which first of all, disrespectful. Number 2, disrespectful. Like, what? I was like, she did Hyde Park, and then she also did, what's it called? Glastonbury. And I was literally like, I don't know why she did Glastonbury, because I feel like it's such a weird festival for her music. Like, the people there do not know who SZA is, but whatever. I literally was so annoyed because I was like, at least Hyde Park I 100% would have gone. My friends went, and the only reason they got tickets was because, despite me, basically, because I couldn't go. So they were like, well, they would have gone anyway, but you know what I mean? They were like, oh, we're definitely going to go because it was so funny that you can't go. But so I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'm not going to SZA this year. And then, so Doja Cat was on tour, but her tour dates were during all my exams, and then while I was on holiday again, and I was like, girl, why is everything I want to go see, like, while I'm on holiday and not in the country? But she did perform at Wireless, which happened, as of filming this, last night, which I was going to go, But basically, before Wireless, like a bunch of creators like dropped, not create, why did I say creators? A bunch of performers, like I think Tyler dropped out, things like that. So I was hoping like the day of or the night before the prices for tickets would like drop, so it would be really cheap to go. But tell me why Saturday night the prices go from £94 to £104. I'm literally like, girl, surely they want to get rid of tickets. And I was like, I'm not paying over £100 to see Doja Cat. As much as I love Doja Cat, I'm not paying £100 because also it's like a festival. So like, I don't want to go to a festival for one person if it's going to be that expensive. Because like her set wasn't going to be that long. But low-key, I'm regretting it so much this morning. I woke up and go on TikTok and all I'm seeing is like people at Wireless. And I'm like, girl, she looked so good and the performance looked so good. So whatever. Next time Doja Cat's on tour, I will be there. I mark my words. And next time SZA's on tour, hopefully when she releases her album, but as a SZA fan, we know that's not going to happen. So we're all hoping out. But next time those two go on tour, I will be there. I will mark my words. However, this year I have actually gone on a couple tours, which is weird because I feel like last year I went to Reading Festival in England. And that was like the first festival I've been to. And then this year so far I've seen Pink Pantheress, Declan McKenna, and then I saw Nicki Minaj in May. So I feel like it's kind of wild. I don't know, that's like not even that many, but Nicki Minaj was so good. Pink Pantheress was so good. Declan McKenna I'm not the biggest fan of, so like I didn't really know a lot of songs, but specifically Pink Pantheress, I also, if she goes on tour again, I will be there. Okay, anyway, that was probably the longest tangent I've actually gone on about music, so feel free to skip that. I mean, I wouldn't judge you. I would skip me rambling anyway. But talking about the build now, by this point, basically everything's kind of figured out. We've got the color schemes. I mean, that was all kind of done before, but like even the roof's done. You know what I mean? Like the roof I really like actually. Normally before I start like decorating, I do the roof because I like having a gable roof and stuff like that. Especially in builds where like I'm only doing a room because like no one cares about the outside. So like it doesn't matter that it looks like a weird box from the outside, you know what I mean? But I already know what all the comments are going to be saying. You guys are going to be asking how to do this roof, which like Loki, you can see the video anyway. Or people are going to be complaining about that we have no hollow gable roofs in the game. And trust me, I'm on the creative team. I've told bloxburg this like a million times. I think I've actually like told them once, but that's not the point. And like, they want them in the game too. It's just kind of like trying to figure out how that would work with the order roofing system in the game, that kind of vibe. But I agree with everyone, we need hollow gable roofs soon because these custom ones, girl, they look good from the inside like this one. Like, literally look at it, that looks a mess. It's scary almost. But I would also just put out there, I'm recommending people start planning. I think people do plan. I think it's just me that I kind of just free willy and go into it. But having the plan of items I want to use, the decorations, the colors, all of that stuff, like before I even started, it was like so chill. But anyway, I also want to say, if you guys have been watching my series on TikTok building, the Build My House series, where you guys like decorate my house for me, I posted episode 1 and 2, and then I haven't posted it in like over 2 weeks, I think, which is so bad. I was on holiday and I just didn't have time to film and record while I was out there. But trust and believe, later tonight, I'm going to film episode 3, and then hopefully episode 3 will be out by tomorrow. I'm praying. And then once all the episodes are done, I think it's going to be about an 8-episode series, but I will do like a whole summary big video, and it will be like a big YouTube video itself. So it will all be up on here later on, so don't worry about it. But yeah, we're getting near the end of like this build now. I feel like this has gone really quick. I've just been chatting for no reason, but I did these like hanging light bulbs. I feel like they were very brat, like just almost like trashy vibe again, but it's tasteful at the same time, all that kind of stuff. I will say it is really funny to me for some reason just having like the word brat everywhere. I almost want to do this and just put like Stan everywhere. For some reason that's funny to me, but I feel like that is not funny, but whatever. But anyway, ignore everything I've just said. Let's be real, I've just chatted rubbish for like 8 minutes, but let's just see the final product. And I mean, honestly, probably the best from my build. This room is like so cool, so trendy. I feel like me just saying that was so trendy was so like not trendy, but anyway, here's the final build. Thanks for watching. If you somehow watched all 8 minutes of this, you are a trooper, because I wouldn't have watched all of that. So if for whatever reason you enjoyed whatever this was, then like, subscribe, do all that rubbish, and maybe I'll see you next time. Peace.